we are on the best 85mm lens possibly ever made, the Canon EF 85mm 1.2 Mark I Canon C70. There's been many a contender trying to push you off your little podium, and they do not succeed. I've tested many. Some are good, some are sharper, nice, a little more clinical, even nicer background blur with less onion ringing. Zeiss has some good options. I'm looking at an option right now from Sirui. Is it good enough for our hearts?
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
I almost did not accept this as a free gift to make a Shilltuber review because I thought it might just be flat. I've reviewed a bunch of 85mm lately, the 1.8 from 7 Artisans and the Miki 1.4, and I was like, I'm done with those third parties. But Dirty Photography Club said this lens, potential pop in its design, it might be the fantastic thing we need in our lives. Full disclosure, they sent it to me for free. This is a Shilltube sponsored bitch video. They're sending me money. I have not been paid yet, but I definitely will accept it. Okay, when it comes to build quality, some of this could be in focus. There's an on-off clicky switch. This feels very nice. Very nice and clicky. It's got a little slide to the left. Auto one, boom. That's fun. That little move from there to there, that's good times. You can unclick it if you want. This is the cheapest focusing ring I've ever felt. Not good. Plastic. It's smooth, but it's not like fun. Autofocus, manual focus switch. That was totally in focus. Some of this is definitely in focus. I love this lens hood. It's got a grippy little rubber thing here. Nice. And the lens caps, maybe even better than Nikon caps. They got a nice little pinch. Oh God. Oh, that is beautiful. It's just like angled perfectly, ribbed for her pleasure. It's got some button on the side. I never use those just because when I have a lens without the button, then that important function that I'm used to using with this button is no longer of use to me. But whatever. So far, like, it's very light for what it is. 85 1.4, it's one of the lighter options. It's in focus. So we're gonna go outside, see what kind of action we can get. Slow motion street videography with this Sony autofocus 85 1.4. Truly, potentially magic with 3D pop. Dare we even dream it? Let's switch to it right now. Oh, Sony color science, what have you done? I better not be green. Some prefer Sony color science. There's a group of people. They live underground. They're not like normal people. They don't know what a sandwich is, but they eat like rat meat and stuff, but it's fine. Some prefer it. It's just, there's something about the skin tones where it's like, it's saturated the wrong color. Nothing's ever right, but how's that looking? What's the Black Pro Mist like? I'll take it off, don't worry, because it feels too strong right now, but I don't know. The Canon had a mist thing, the ND mist without the ND. Autofocus test. Don't pay attention to that exposure. Hurry up and do it already. I'm bending backwards. The hell's your problem? I was like waiting for it to autofocus on that. It never did. But next to the Canon C70, I mean, do you have any idea how much cheaper this setup is? Especially the camera and how much lighter it is. If that could look on par, come on. And this lens is like pretty budget. No, I don't know the price. It was free. Isn't it free for you? It's not. All right, let's take off this Black Pro Mist filter because I feel like that's a harsh one. Boom. That looks much different. Actually, I'm overexposed now. I just looked up the price. It's $500 US. That's quite cheap for a budget 85mm 1.4. But if it has the pop, we'll go outside in a second. If it actually does and it autofocuses reliably, then you might have something. Usually, if it's 85mm and you're Sony, I'm recommending Zeiss Batis 85mm 1.8. Almost a stop slower, not as good, but it has Stabe in it and the Zeiss pop for sure. Okay, here's the minimum focus distance. We're not really getting much macro action happening here, but whatever. You're not getting a macro lens, unfortunately. Here's my red lights. We're not using any active Stabe because that would have ruined the macro tests. Here's the Tony balls as we back up into oblivion. We don't have any swirly action. Not seeing much, but how do they behave in the corners? That one's a little strangely shapen, but it's not terrible. They're clean. I'm not seeing any sun stars, but we are using their Black Pro Mist filter, so that could be ruining our lives. Could this win our hearts outside? Not bad. So far, so good. I've been trying to look at the screen a bit more. Just like, yes, I'm filming you. Continue on with your day, sir or madam. Okay, it's a 3D pop test now. Oh boy, I did not frame that. My idea was to be way in here to test the pop. Is that even stupid enough? Does it have pop? Is Sony focusing on me for some reason? If it has pop, it's pretty light for a 1.4, I must say. Pretty budget as well. Like, I sold the Miki immediately. It was just too heavy, clinical, and the 7 Artisans. What even was that? Oh, that's way too fast. Sirui has sponsored its way to my heart. The reason I asked for Sony E-mount was because I had just tested so many for Nikon, and I already have the EF that I can wield on Nikon or Canon, so I was like, okay, Sony needs one of these. I don't have one. I've always been debating that baddest. Autofocus very close, wow. I reached it. Oh, it's struggling. Okay, I'll back off. If you need that kind of skin tone in your life. Did you know you needed one of those in your life? That's quite the thing. That looked a little sharp and skippy. Am I wrong? Are we wrong about that? Wow. The Tonys are, that's bad news, but it's a big, giant, like, drinking thing, and I have drunk from it once. I don't know what this is testing. Let's stop it down. We need that. Here's 2.8. Is it, like, so sharp you're just like, wow, how did Sirui even do it? Is it that level of sharpness? Could be. Might just be. Yeah, well, I did compensate with the shutter. by the way. That's how you expose properly. Movies do it. I've seen it happen. Zombie apocalypse movies, romance novels. All I know for sure is Sirui doesn't regret investing in this video. It's paying for itself, likely over time. So I'm gonna go home now, review all this footage, film a little outro, see what I see. Is it worth it? Is the stave okay? You've already seen it, but I have expert opinions that you're not qualified to even think about. Leaving now. Okay, I've had a chance to look over the footage. Right now we're on the Zeiss 55mm 1.8 and we're about to switch to the Sirui. I want to do a couple more comparisons, trying to wrap my mind around the fact that there might just be some 3D pop in the Sirui. It looked great to my eyes, a very pleasing rendering outside that park. The colors of those green metal pieces, unfrickin' believable, so not bad. And as a portrait lens, very sharp. In the street videography, the autofocus got like all my subjects, whereas like I've tested that on Sony with third-party lenses. The Miki was struggling hard, so was the 7 Artisan, I think. I forget which one, the TT Artisan. They were all like not great, whereas this one got every shot. It was just a bit slow to keep up with me for some reason. There was that one moment in the park where Zeiss would never do this, where he was like backing up, walking, and it was not catching him one bit. That him was me. Unbelievable. So like it's a bit slow, you might have to ramp up your settings. All right, let's switch back to the Sirui lens. I'll have to jump back a rock and then we'll see if it actually has the pop that we're witnessing now. Maybe I'll level the horizon actually. That looks a little tilted. That's a bitch. I hope I'm not cut off. I'm trying to match the framing of a 55 to an 85 so we're full body. I can't see if my head's cut off. Let's just assume I might not be. Side by side with that Zeiss, he thinks he pops. I pop for less money, and I have more Tonys, and the compression. Are you freaking believing it? You're not believing it. Salmon Pants have won today. They won our hearts. I also brought the Fuji with the Viltrox 56mm 1.4 because that's also a budget 85mm prime. Just don't dance, whatever you do. We're in agreement. Okay, thank God. Okay, so I wrote a list because there's several 85mm. Oh God, wow. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is not good. Okay, I looked up all the 85mm 1.4 autofocusing lenses for the Sony E-mount, and then I will leave. Is this the best one? There's the Rokinon 85mm 1.4 Mark II, 600, 509 grams. It's a bit lighter, but more money. But I don't know if it has the pop. That's the problem. The Sirui, that's a nice sweet spot. Sigma, you have zero pop, way more money, and way more weight. Not even an option. The G Master, you're joking. You're seriously joking right now. $17.98, like so expensive and heavy. The Miki, I've tried it. It's sharp, it's clinical, beautiful, zero pop. Cheaper, slightly, but way heavier. So the only one on this list that I would consider is that Rokinon, and I haven't seen it. And the Zeiss is a 1.8, but it has optical stave, and I feel like it would be better for the slow-mo street stuff. But if we have pop, if we're seeing some pop right now, not bad. I might actually keep this lens. Usually a third party, I always sell it. From what I've seen, it's really nice. I don't have an 85 for Sony. Pretty good, huh? Take that for a sponsored review. Oh, actually, I did agree with the product being good. Oh, I see it now. I've been bought off by the Sirui cartel. That's on me. That is on me. There's not much I can do about that, but I'll just leave. What do you think? Pretty good for a budget prime? Bitcoin agrees. Bitcoin agrees. Not bad. It still has me, guaranteed. The pop, huh? 85 1.4 on a full frame. You're joking. Are you joking right now? I wish you were. I wish you were. I'm running out of rocks here. The cinema was ours. Wow. And now Sirui will track me perfectly and smoothly, fast as a cricket. Raccoons are chasing you. Uh-oh. I'm out of the frame now. It's all salmon pants from here on in.